I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Public comment. We got an individual here.
Yeah, thank you, gentlemen. I'm here again. I've been asked to bring.
Please come on up.
Okay. I've been asked to bring some additional petitions that have been completed or signed by citizens of the county for the most part. These are 303 in number, which you have a cover letter to look at here, as I think a total of 819 approximately, asking your consideration on the possible sale of the nursing home. So,
okay.
No questions or comments, but again, it does say on there that I think there was an attempt, for the most part, to at least ask, make sure everybody knew what they were signing. So, okay.
Okay.
Questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Donna's not coming back.
Did you have a chance to read the minutes from?
I didn't see that.
I didn't either. Do I hear a motion to?
I so move, Mr. Chairman, to approve the minutes.
I'll second that. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Pass 2-0. Do you have any commissioner comment or committee report?
I have a project concern meeting tomorrow at 12 o'clock here in Atchison.
I have a NECAP meeting Thursday evening in Hiawatha.
I also attended the Northeast Kansas Highway official meeting. I don't say I learned a whole lot other than that there's other county city problems throughout the state.
Did you have, was that mainly breakout session for commissioners or?
Yeah, they had the commissioners, they had the clerk. Did you have a group or did you just?
Yes, no, we had a group. Register of Deeds, pretty much all the elected officials had a group. There was nobody there for the sheriff's department, but they did have clerk's office, the appraiser's office, commissioners, Register of Deeds had a group there as well.
I didn't think it was very well attended myself.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And I made note that I had signed up and wasn't able to make it because I had to take Dad to his doctor's appointment that morning. So I think the charge was $12, which I am going to reimburse.
To Commissioner, we had 2 from Brown County, 2 from Jackson, 2 from Jefferson, 3 from Riley, myself, and Lewis Kent from Denver to make up 12.
Not too bad. Okay, Wes, you want to come on up? Running.
Sure I do. How are you guys?
Okay.
Good.
Long time no see.
Okay, today I have the renewal contract for OnSolve, which is code red that we use for all of our emergency notifications and severe weather warning to all citizens throughout the county and cities, and we partner with the city of Atchison. So I have the renewal, and originally we were paying $11,800 a year, and we got it down to $8,000 a year. This is a 3-year contract, and then I'll need Eric to sign where I've highlighted here, and then on each additional page you have to initial down here.
Okay.
And I've already had Pat review this contract.
Good job. That doesn't sound like much, but I just tallied it up. That's like 11,400 per city.
Yes. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So I was very glad
savings.
they were able to drop that price for us. So 11,000 over the next 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, motion. I make a motion to sign on the
agreement.
On-site agreement for Code Red for a 3-year contract, an amount of $8,000 a year.
I'll second that. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Passed 2-0.
So there you'll sign, print, and date on that one. And we used the grant to pay for this anyway. So, just glad that we can do that. And you already have a copy of this. I'll give you the original when I get back from that.
You had the initial or something.
Every one of these?
Just where it's highlighted. So the first couple pages doesn't have anything.
Okay, I see the highlight coming through now.
Anyway, so I'll send this to them. They'll send me the original back. And I'll give it to you.
Okay. Okay.
Before I forget it, Mary was going to write an article, so you may want to get with her that, because then whatever she says, if it's misstated, they'll think that's what was discussed.
She was going to do it on the Code Red or the.
She's going to do it on the phone system.
The phone system,
on
right.
the court.
I will call her. There's that page 2. Yep, I was going to say that.
I found it.
Good job. I usually have those little tabs that you put on there that says sign here, but I ran out.
I have some.
Do you want to copy this before the other signatures on there?
I have a copy blank without signatures, but after the signatures, please sign.
Do you want me to sign the other copy that I have, or?
No, we'll just send this one original too.
Okay. Well, then I'll leave the unsigned second copy in the folder.
That work?
Okay, just so we got everything.
You don't need my signature, do you? For attestation.
I don't believe so.
And you leaf through there and make sure that I got every one of them initialed, because they were kind of thick.
There was a few.
Yeah, and there were some of them were kind of had a problem. Make sure that.
You did good.
Okay. Any other thoughts on phone system for the court? What we could do on that? I mean,
I'm going to look for a secondary call-in place with Code Red to see if that's an option. But I would love to see them post the jury results on our website, and we can do it on social media also. It would just give our citizens more places to look to see if they're up for jury duty or not. And it's a fairly easy process to post those on the website and our social media sites. So it'd be Facebook and Twitter, because whatever we post on Facebook automatically goes to our Twitter account.
Well, Mrs. Oswald mentioned that some of the insurers are older, and I realize that. But eventually this will catch on, and that phone will be
correct.
You want this to be phone roll.
I like to always give our citizens as many options as they can have. So, and I mean, it's not a big undertaking to add those to the website at all. So, whatever we can work out that'll please everybody is what we should do.
okay. So are you going to get back with her, or do you want? Okay.
Yep, I will contact her. I'm going to contact our Code Red first to see if we can do a secondary call-in number for backup first, and then we'll get with her and work out whatever makes everybody happy. Okay.
Have you got pretty aggressive with AT&T about the problem?
Yep. That box that I carried in earlier was actually the box to ship back the old equipment that we've had for 9 months but yeah. Yep, we're gonna get it fixed and not have any more problems. So,
Sounds good.
all right. Well, you all have a great day. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our 2 o'clock is canceled, so if anyone sees that on the agenda, they were in this morning and talked to us during work session. So we're moving on into old or unfinished business. Do we have anything? County councilor updates.
I don't have anything specific to report.
Okay.
I did not get that wording.
Hmm?
I did not get that wording. I'm going to assume it's this.
Okay, I'm wanting an executive session. So I'll move that the Board of County Commissioners recess into executive session at 1:13 to discuss personnel matters of non-elected personnel as allowed by K.S.A. 75-4319B1, and that the purposes of the closed session is to protect the privacy rights of the employee, and that the board come out of executive session at 28. So 15 minutes would be 1:28, in the commission room, first floor courthouse. Those present will be 2 commissioners, Pat Henderson and Jamie Madison. And can you send Jamie in?
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded to go into executive session. All in favor say aye. Aye. Pass 2-0.
When
We're
it
going
does
back
happen.
on. So
Can it be considered?
It'll definitely be advertised and notice given.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we've done the bills, memorials, anything else?
Do we want to discuss, the city wants to go to be a wet county, and you stated that we can't, no matter, even if we did have it in 90 days prior to this election, because it has to be on the.
I was only able to do about 10 minutes of research, and that was sort of while she was here this morning. But what it looks like is in the 80s, when the state adopted liquor by the drink, that the counties that voted for liquor by the drink were wet counties, and the counties that did not vote for it were dry counties. And we retain that status unless each county retains that status unless they go through a procedure to change it. And that procedure is either the county commission calls for an election on the issue, or a petition is presented, signed by electors asking for an election. And the statute is clear that that election has to take place at the next statewide election that is more than 90 days after either the resolution is adopted or the petition is presented.
They have to have 10% of the city population signature.
I don't recall. I can look it up real quick. But,
Well, the reason I brought this up because Becky was saying that she hasn't heard back, and you now that you can tell them, they were thinking that they should have had to get that on the.
I received a phone call from Becky, and
In the meeting, I'll call back.
I immediately sent an email to Secretary of State, both Brian K.S.A. and Jameson Beckner. Have not heard back anything from them, which we're in the middle of an election. We're getting finalized on our ballots. Our ballots have to be out to UACAVA, which is overseas military and civilians that are overseas. They have to be out by the 21st. So our ballots are already in production. So I sent something to them, but did not get anything from them. However, I did talk to Brian K.S.A. from the Secretary of State's office on Friday at our Northeast Kansas meeting. And he basically told me that as far as putting a question on, it's basically too late because the ballots are in production because they have to be out on the 21st.
And then I don't recall, but a special election, that is very expensive to have a special election.
I can do numbers, but I did numbers for the USD 377, and it was roughly between 6,000 and 10,000, depending upon what type of election. That was either mail-out ballot or poll worker at polling location ballot. But it was between 6,000 and 10,000 that would have to be reimbursed to the county.
And it would be a countywide election, so it would be quite a bit higher, as you'd have to have the whole city of Atchison
Right.
involved, and you'd have
Probably
yeah,
triple that.
Correct.
yeah.
Because I just did USD 377 school district, which is a large portion of
I
the
don't
county.
think you can do it at a special election. I think the statute requires that it be done at, as I said, the next statewide election.
Okay. Well, with that, do I hear any other business?
Hold on, I can get I can find that statute again.
Let me see his cover letter. His cover letter.
It is 10% of the electors of the county who voted for the office of Secretary of State at the last preceding general election is the number required for the petition.
10% of only those that voted
Of
for?
those who voted for the office of Secretary of State at the last preceding general election.
Was that the winner, or just that anybody that voted for a Secretary of State?
10% of the votes cast. Right. It doesn't. They don't have to have voted. It's the equal in number to, not less than 10% of the votes cast in that. So, and then the proposition is to be placed on the ballot at the next succeeding state general election, which occurs more than 90 days after the resolution is adopted or the petition is filed with the county election officer. So that would be in 2020.
What's that statute number?
K.S.A. 41-2646.
Thank you.
Okay, with no other business, do I hear a motion to adjourn at 1:36?
I so move, Mr. Chairman.
And I'll second that. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Pass 2-0. We are adjourned.